KDB. 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 KDB.
Beats Planet.
Back with another episode of Voch Lombardi Live. Appreciate y'all for being here. Welcome. Come on in. Come on. Let me go ahead and do this. That's all. Hey, we made it to another Thursday. in Cowboy land. We got some stuff to talk about today. Of course, we have the Cowboys offense. Pardon me. Yes, the Cowboys offense versus the Bengals defense. Yesterday, we broke down the Bengals offense versus Cowboys defense. If y'all go to yesterday's episode, you'll be able to check that out. But today, we're looking at the O versus the D. Will Steele, I was just listening to Mike McCarthy talk, man, and Mike just sounds like he knows everybody can't stand him. And like he's listening very intently to what the media is saying, just to make sure nobody trying to cancel him or just get him up out of there. Because he know that leash is incredibly short. And all the organization has tried to do over the past couple of days is just let us feel like the injured players are okay and they're above schedule. And they let us know that we'll be fine with Cooper Rush. That's what they've been trying to push to us, Will Steele. And I'm just not here for it, brother. Every time they say it, I go, and I'm just up here looking up all the numbers and stats that I need. I'm going to our last just to get a look at the Bengals depth chart just to make sure we good today. And I'm listening to Kellen Moore, and I'm trying to find a clip that I find worthy to play for y'all. I'm trying to find anything that interesting that Kellen Moore is saying. Kellen Moore, tell us about Cooper Rush. He's telling us the same nonsense, and I'm just like, bro, just exit the whole video. I got nothing for you. Normally, I got about 10 to 12 clips. Will, I got 6, and they all from Mike McCarthy. I care nothing about what Kellen Moore had to say. Hey, Will, wait a minute, sir. Let me give you one. You're a content king, sir. Because look, the first beginning of it, I was like, okay, that's a cool little drop. Voch be nice. But the "you're not wrong," that's fantastic, Will Steele. Hey, that's what you get at Voch Lombardi Live, man. I'm your host.
You are watching a master at work.
The Lombardicus. Follow me on social media. It's VOCHLOMBARDI. We being point guarded by the best of the business.
Big Willie, my game is grown. Before you call me William.
William Steelium, swole.
Everybody going down.
I promise we not matching on purpose today. This wasn't the case. You know, your shade is a smidgen darker than mine, but this wasn't on purpose.
So they didn't hear my drop. This was the drop that we dropped in there.
Let's be nice. Yeah. Let's be nice. We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. I mean, good Lord.
There we go. All right.
Hey, I wasn't wrong.
No,
I wasn't wrong, but I had to say it. Will Steele, keep your face up there. Let's play a little game before we get into these sound
clips. Shit. All right, here we go. Voch's games always get me.
It's a very short game, Will Steele. Don't even worry about it. Let me go ahead and load this up. It's a very short game, Will Steele. Will Steele, I want you to look in the camera and ask Voch, what does Mike McCarthy sound like when he's asked, is Jason Peters going to play right and left tackle? Just ask me that, Will Steele.
Voch, what does Mike McCarthy sound like when he's asked about Jason Peters playing left or right tackle?
Oh, shit. Well, I'm glad you asked. He sounds a little something like this.
He's working at right and left tackle or just left tackle? What is he, Peters?
Can't tell you, man. Not yet. Easy. Simple. Can't tell you, man. Not yet. I feel like it was so effective, so simple. It's even short. Will, I'll play it again for you, just for everybody. Clarence Hill asked Mike McCarthy, "Hey, Mike McCarthy, what is Jason Peters playing left and right tackle?" Will asked Voch, "Hey, Voch, is Jason Peters playing left and right tackle?" Mike McCarthy said,
"He's working at right and left tackle or just left tackle? What is he, Peters?"
Can't tell you, man. Can't tell you. Not yet. Will, ask Voch, right? Look in the camera and ask Voch, hey, Voch. What does Jerry Jones sound like if Clarence Hill was to ask if Jason Peters is playing left and right tackle?
Pretending you're Jerry?
Yeah, he can't wait to play left. God, he playing left and right. He practicing right tackle right now. He's practicing right tackle right now. I love that to ask. We even trying to put Tyler at left guard and Tyron at left tackle and Jason at right tackle. We're trying to trade Terrence Steele to the goddamn Jaguar. That's the plan. That's what we doing. That's Jerry Jones, Will Steele.
And did you hear Mike when he said it? Mike said it like, I know what he said on the radio, but I can't tell y'all that, dog. It sounded like he wanted to say, dog. Come on, dog. I can't tell you that, man.
Normally, Mike McCarthy is speaking from a, oh, I see the media is trying to get me caught up right now. Mike McCarthy spoke.
Is he working the right end left tackle or just left tackle? What is he, Peters?
Can't tell you, man.
Come on, man.
Not yet.
This man is sick of Jerry Jones, ain't he?
Come on,
Jerry
man.
Jones.
What you want me to say, man? Come on, B.
You-
Like he should have said B at the end. Come on, B.
Come on, Sean. Come on, Sean. Come on, B. Bro, it's like
my body different, eh?
different. Son, I heard, and this was the very end of the goddamn press conference. Clarence Hill just slid it in. And look, shouts out to Clarence Hill. Clarence Hill looks to get his quotes and catch people, whatever. But shouts out to Clarence. But boy, Mike McCarthy heard that shit on the radio. He was driving to the Star, and he heard Jerry say, well, we got all kind of combinations that we playing with right now. Oh, Jason Peters can play both sides. We're gonna move him around. And Mike McCarthy just hitting his steering wheel like, ah! He's sick of this, Will. He's sick of this, Will. Now, I don't know if this is something that, Sean Payton and Dan Quinn, the next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, I don't know if this is something that they gonna deal with. But dog, it frustrated me, Will. It frustrated me. And normally I'm not the guy to get frustrated at what happens in the media. But Clarence asked, and in my mind, I said, I already know what the fuck Mike about to say. Mike ain't about to say a thing. Mike ain't about to say nothing. Mike ain't about to give us no kind of answers. Cool, you my head coach. I'll take the competitive advantage. If Jerry Jones had the playbook in his hand, he'll pass them shits out at practice to Dallas Cowboys, the fucking elite members, Will Steele, to us. He'll give us the goddamn playbook if we pay for it, bro. He's trying to sell us on this. Oh, don't worry about Cooper Rush. We got plays in the playbook to help Cooper Rush. We got plays in the playbook just for games like this. Here, look, this is what we doing. Jerry Jones will do that, Will. He will do that. And I wonder, can anybody tap Jerry on the shoulder? It could be Jerry Jr. It could be Charlotte. It could be Steven. I heard fucking Steven grabbed him by the collar and hemmed him up on the wall. Will Steele. Can anybody talk to Jerry Jones and be like, listen, Jerry, you can get on the radio and be the star, and you can be visible and be the face of the Cowboy, but can you not just give away the competitive secrets? Can somebody tap Jerry on the shoulder and say that, Will?
It ain't gonna matter. He's OC now. Maybe, and I hate to do this, but as reporters or radio hosts or whatever, stop asking him football stuff. Just see what happens. See what happens. Stop asking him football stuff, and see, because for what? What are you getting? What are you gaining?
Views.
Well, there you go. True.
And
you're right. You're right. They need to click. They need to.
That's the business that they're in. They're in the views business.
Is he working the right end left tackle or just left tackle? What is he, Peters?
Can't tell you, man.
Can't tell you.
Not yet.
Can't tell you. He'll either say can't tell you, or he'll say, come on. That's a game plan question.
Yep.
That's a scheme question. I can't tell you how much we use in Zeke and Tony. I can't tell you if Tolbert's going to be active to be one of the starting receivers this week. I can't tell you what the rotation's like. Hey, Mike McCarthy, watch this. Mike McCarthy, Michael Gallup, watch this. Mike McCarthy is giving a Michael Gallup injury update. This is what that sounds like, Wilson.
Yeah, Michael did team. He actually did 7-on-7. So we're going to really, this will be his first day in pads. So we're going to try to give him a little more today.
And that's all we got from him, Will, still. That's all we got. Will, ask me what Jerry Jones would have said if you give us a Michael Gallup update.
It's a Michael Gallup update.
Shit, we looking at week 3, trying to get him in here, trying to get him on the field. We trying to have Gallup and Washington back before Dak get back. That's what he'll do, Will. And I've never been this frustrated before.
I tried to tell you, bro.
Well,
stop listening to that man. He gonna do this to you. This is what he does.
Will, you are my OG in many ways, and I am proud of our friendship and how it's developed over the past year or so. I should listen to you more. But when I was young, Will, I didn't care about none of this. It must be because I'm 30. But every time I hear Jerry Jones just spill the beans, I go, there's no way this is productive. There's no way this is productive. But anyway, Gallup's on the way back. Me and Will still talked about this yesterday. we talked about the idea that boy, our wide receiver core looks like trash, but help is on the way. And it's actually funny that in the preseason, like camp or whatever, we was looking at the idea that, oh well, James Washington is a guy that could be cut. We could be moving on from James Washington. We could be getting him up out of here. Boy, I'm glad they didn't cut James Washington. I'm glad they didn't listen to the advice of Cowboy Nation. I'm glad they didn't listen to the advice of Voch, because Voch was one of those guys that was on the page of, hey, well, if Tober's going to be a guy for you, we don't even need James Washington. You can get James Washington up out of here. But all it takes is one game to change your mind, huh, Will Steele?
Yeah. I mean, I always believed James was going to be or should have been a part of this whole situation, but he just never got a chance to show anything, and it was frustrating. So it was like, all right, he ain't showed nothing, so I guess we not going to miss James. It didn't realize we miss him.
I can't wait to get James Washington back. I can't wait. Oh, I'm gonna throw a party. We going to Golden Corral when we get James Washington back. You feel me? But yeah, that's the update on that. Then Mike McCarthy was asked by Patrick Walker. Shouts out to the homie, Pat Walker. He said, can you update us on James Washington and Jason Peters, their workload and things like that? Mike McCarthy had this to say.
Yeah, James is moving forward. I think we're going to do a little more with him next week. But Jason did. He took a lot more individual. So the pad to work is obviously the most important for him today. So we definitely want to ramp it up, some of the individual. And that's the plan. But he's got to warm up, and there's a prehab segment with Brett that he goes through, and then there'll be some decisions made from that too.
Aaron 561 says at least James Washington gives you a real wide receiver 4.
I think that's like a backhand compliment. I think
4. And he finna be the wide receiver 3, dog. He's finna be third. Like, I understand that when he comes back, there's going to be the acclimation period. He's going to have like a game or so to get his feedback under him. But I'm looking for any reason to get Noah Brown the hell up out of here, right? But there's going to have to be roster moves associated with this, right? So when James Washington comes back and Michael Gallup comes back, do you think one of the first guys out of the door is going to be one of the wide receivers? Well, because I don't think Turpin's going anywhere, and that just kind of leaves you Semi, Dennis, Houston, Tolbert, and Noah Brown. I think Tolbert is a 3rd round draft pick, so he's like protected, and he ain't got to be active, but just in terms of like roster or whatever. So when those 2 wide receivers get back, like what wide receivers do you think gets pushed off the bridge first?
Maybe none. Michael Gallup is already on the roster, so they don't have to. If you mean like you mean off the roster, or you mean like in the depth chart, like in the game plan.
Sure, depth chart. Let's go depth chart. The game day roster, things like that. Like who gets pushed off immediately when Gallup and James Washington comes back?
I don't know how it's not. I shouldn't say I don't know how. Based off of Sunday, no, that's the thing. Based off Sunday, Simi Fehoko didn't get reps until the end of the game, which is mind blowing to me. Because if there was one guy that you say, hey man, just went off the line and run fast and run deep down the field, I'm gonna throw it up. Simi was your guy to do that, and they didn't do it. So probably Simi and Dennis was starting. Like Dennis was your number 3.
He wasn't rotating in. He was out there. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, probably Semi. And who am I missing? Noah, Semi, Turpin, Dennis, Lamb. And they ran with 6. Did they dress 6 or they dress 5? I have to go look at the numbers.
So it was Turpin, Semi, Dennis, Noah, Lamb. We missing somebody?
No, I think that's it. Are we missing somebody?
Lamb, Noah Brown, Semi, Dennis,
and Turpin.
So
then it doesn't have to be Semi and Semi and Dennis then? If you're going to go Gallup, Lamb, Washington, Turpin, and Noah Brown.
Yeah.
That's your 5.
Interesting conversation. Interesting. JJ the Mind dropped the deuce in the super chat. Says Dak is going to pull a Stafford and win a Super Bowl somewhere. Somewhere else. And it's crazy Dak can have a bad game and all of a sudden he's a trash quarterback. Y'all know how that go. And some of y'all the ones talking about that too, so frustrating to me. Derek Smalls dropped 5 says Noah Brown has to know where the bodies are buried to be still on this team. I have no clue why he's here. Noah Brown is a Jason Garrett guy to the core, and Jason ain't been here in a minute, so I have no idea what Noah Brown is doing to hang around on this team. They asked Mike McCarthy about Jalen Tolbert being on the inactive for the game day roster or whatnot. This is what Mike had to say about Jalen Tolbert.
He's a young player that, frankly, a lot has been asked of him. So, and that's, we were all so impressed, when he arrived. And so, in the hamstring injury really played a factor in this because, having him play all the positions, treating him, frankly, how we treated CD when CD arrived. And not really having the opportunities early on special teams, he's a step behind the other guys, and that's really all it is. And you need to get that, Clarence. I mean, we can stop the press conference.
Mike McCarthy is dead ass telling jokes not to just cry up there on the fucking podium. Shit.
No, I just think it's it's just kind of where Jalen is, and I think you have to recognize Dennis and Semi for what they've done. So he's full go. Just really the last 2 weeks, he's been crushing it in practice. And so I look for him to push for future opportunities.
I think he kind of gave you the answer more towards the end than that nonsense at the beginning. Will Steele, do you call nonsense? Do you call shenanigans? Do you call hogwash on this? Or do you believe what he's saying?
I have no choice but to believe it. Why else is he not dressed? And it's disheartening that he's not ready. I get it. I'm not going to, he's young. Not everybody picks it up quick, but that's disheartening, right? Like you want your third round pick, who many believe could be a second round guy, to be on the field at some point. Now, that doesn't mean his career's over. It just means it sucks that he's not able to beat out two undrafted guys and a dude in Semi who is not even getting tick in the first 4 quarters until the end. Yeah.
I think it's peculiar that the 2 players, the 2 rookies in particular, that they drafted in front of Tolbert, that they spent more draft capital on, they looked at those 2 dudes and said, all right, our plan is to make y'all job as easy as possible. You understand? They looked at Tyler Smith and said, hey, we don't want to put too much on you. We're going to leave you here. They look at Billy D, say, hey, I understand, but we just going to let you just pass rush on whatever. We just going to keep your shit simple. So how come for the 3rd round pick, he has to play all the wide receiver positions, and they put the most on him, and they just assumed he was going to be like CD. He gets all this responsibility.
Because of the position. And this is mainly why, if you go back and listen to my shows months ago, and I even said this to you when we talked about where do you want to put these guys? I said, I'd rather focus Tolbert on the outside. Like, sure. I get these guys have to move all over. That's just the nature of the position, right? Whereas they didn't want to at least move Tyler Smith all over the place. He don't have to learn 3 different positions. He just was supposed to learn one side of the field. Sam Williams, like you said, just go rush the passer and just be a defender. They want these receivers to know everything. South Alabama, 3rd round pick. That is, like you say, that's a lot to put on his plate. He even said it. That's a lot to put on my plate. Why did you do it? Isn't that a coaching thing then? Shouldn't you have picked that up a little bit earlier?
Also, Will, I want to know at what point in the offseason process, OTAs, meetings, camp, at what point do we go, yeah, we are putting a lot on this kid's plate. Let's just keep him at flanker. Let's just keep him at Z, and then we'll just do everything else. Go ahead, Will.
You know what I found peculiar is when he said, yeah, man, the hamstring injury really has him behind.
Yeah.
Coach, the hamstring injury was in May.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
He was still wearing South Alabama clothes and shit. He wasn't even acclimated. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's why he's behind, because something that happened, I don't know the math, but something that happened a half a year ago.
It just sounds peculiar to me that he had this list of reasons why, and then he came with hey, also, I think we should just give Dennis Houston and Semi credit. Semi and Dennis, especially Semi, him being a year 2 guy, he's the guy that they didn't really put a whole bunch on his plate. Semi ain't got a big ass plate. They kept it simple for him. Why not Tolbert?
This is very true. And one final thing for me, at least, on these 2 guys we're talking about, Tolbert and Sam. Listen, again, very early. for all these names I'm about to say right now. But for a draft and develop team, and I hate to even use that at this point because it's really draft. We need your ass right now while you're developing.
And pray on it.
Let's pray on it. So these are two different things, right? So for a draft and develop team, Kelvin Joseph, Nashawn Wright, Jalen Tolbert, Sam Williams, all played a total of what? 6 snaps on Sunday?
Sure.
Those are a second, a third, and a third. And they're not an integral part of your team. Not saying that Sam and Tolbert won't be at some point. Right now, I don't know what the hell KJ and Wright will be. But right now, that's what our second and third round picks have been over the last, 18 games or whatever? Which, again, early. I'm just saying, draft and develop team, they don't want to go out and spend money on higher profile players because they want these draft picks and these young guys to step up. Second round, third round, can't see the field.
I would love for my draft, my high draft picks to play or whatnot. But if I had to play devil's advocate, Will Steele, what if I was to tell you that, Nashawn and Kelvin's not playing because the day 3 guy is playing better, and that Jalen Tolbert's not playing because the undrafted kid is playing better. You know what I mean? So what if I just told you that, Will Steele? Like the young guys playing, it's just the cats that we drafted high not playing. You know what I mean?
That's fair. But if you take a magnifying glass and you look, Anthony Brown is upgradable.
Yes.
Jordan Lewis is upgradable. Yeah. Dennis Houston, Noah Brown, that's upgradable. Dorrance Armstrong, man, that's upgradable. You know, these guys aren't guys, and it's like, man, you can't beat these dudes out. These are Pro Bowl players. These are upgradable players, and you drafted these dudes to upgrade from them. As a second round dude, I expect you to come on quicker. I'm sorry, I just do. It's not fair, but for a draft and develop team, I don't have, hey, we're just going to wait to year 3. I don't got that.
And then, translation, the dudes that are playing, we're dying to replace them dudes. we've given Kelvin all the opportunity to be the guy. Nashawn, come on in, brother. Do something. Tolbert, hey, how we talked about it was just Tolbert's gonna come right in and be the number 2 guy. He's gonna put when Gallup comes back, he's gonna move right. Yeah, we had expectations for these high draft picks just for some day 3 characters to come in here and take the job. It's a good and bad problem.
And Voch, I'm not saying this as this is some catastrophic thing. It's just that early returns, you just want to see more. That's all that is.
Sure, 100%, Mr. Wolf. Let's get back into some sounds. I have Jason Peters written here, so I can't promise what this is gonna sound like, but on my notes, Jason Peters is written here, so let's just see.
He's definitely stepped it up from last week.
Yep, we talking about Jason Peters ramping up his workload. There we go.
He's right on schedule based on the plan. I compare it to ramp up because that's really, the conversation that Jason and I had from day one. So, he did more yesterday than he did Wednesday and Thursday last week. We look to increase that today. As far as the lineup, we'll that's to determine, but we're talking about the same options that you've mentioned.
Now, as far as the lineup to be determined, just another fantastic job of Mike McCarthy, just dodging that, giving away the game script. Hold on, time out. That's bull crap, Voch. Devin Harper played better than Van Der Esch in the preseason.
Van Der Esch didn't play in the preseason.
I'll at least finish your comment. Here we go. C. Hayes says that's bullcrap, Voch, and Voch with a SH. So, all right. Devin Harper played better than I know, Will. Exactly. Devin Harper played better than Van Der Esch in the preseason. He didn't play Sunday. All right. Will, so we're not looking for Jason Peters to be a active guy this week, huh? You don't think so?
I want it to be so bad, but he's 40, right? So if his 40-year-old body is saying, "Hey, dog, I ain't ready," don't throw a 40-year-old man out there before his body's ready.
Please tell me you got the Mike Gundy loaded up, man. Please.
I don't.
God damn.
Damn
Talk to me. I'm a man. I'm 40.
I'm gonna
Come on,
put
William.
that in my notes, man.
Write that down, man. You gotta have the Mike Gundy loaded up. So we're looking at Fournette to be the full-time left guard this week, right?
What else we
Besides
got?
William?
Damn, yeah. Boy, he got
Who's the swing interior guy this week? That's a good question. Who the fuck on the roster? Who's
Do you
the swing
call up?
interior guy?
Do you call up Alarcon, or what's the? Is it Dempey or my bad? Y'all don't laugh at me, but the cat from Seattle from the CFL.
You goddamn have to. It got to be somebody. You got Alarcon. You got Braylon Jones. I remember him from Houston. He's guard and center guy. The BYU kid. I don't think he made it back. Lindstrom is at center.
I think it's got to be that CFL dude or Alarcon, right? Oh Lord, we are.
God damn. So
We
you
are.
gotta, you gotta, I don't recommend us expediting the Jason Peters thing, but just by the numbers, you almost have to, right? Because if anything happens to Fournette in this game, we should look, unless in that situation, I think the emergency situation is Josh Ball just goes to left tackle and Tyler goes back to left guard.
Yes. Yep, that's what would happen if they don't call anyone out if they don't call anyone up. I think that's what you're going to get because what people don't realize, in my opinion, is that you're down to your third left guard. I understand that McGovern was, people said McGovern was better than Tyler or McGovern's the starter. I think Tyler Smith would have been the starter if Tyron Smith played. So McGovern was already starting as a second guy. Now you're down to your third guy. You're at the end of your depth chart from an interior standpoint. Oh, by the way, it sounded like McGovern was also your backup center.
Sure. Yeah.
So if Biotish goes down, Fournette likely goes in that center. You have to move. So it's not even just Fournette, right? If Biotish goes down, if Martin goes down, or if they don't call anybody up, if Fournette goes down, Tyler Smith has to get bumped down if they don't call anybody up. That's a lot of movement, bro.
Yeah, I think you have to expedite this Jason Peters conversation at that point, and you don't want to because he's a man, he's 40, and he hadn't played football since December. But I'll take 40-year-old rusty Jason Peters over a spry I just played football a couple weeks ago, Josh Ball. I think that got to be the case.
I would if I could turn off injuries on Madden. Like,
if I can turn the injuries off, we bringing Tyron right back.
Just turn the shit off. That's my only worry. Like, if he's like, hey, coach, listen, if you really need me out there, I go out there. I can give you 40 snaps. But I'm going to be honest with you. I ain't in shape enough to do it. But coach, we need you. We need you, Peters. He going to get hurt.
Chat, please don't let me forget to tweet that out. I think that's worth having a conversation on the social media machines. If Fournette gets hurt, like, what do you do? Well, I'll just play this next clip and I'll be writing it.
If I'm not mistaken, chat, isn't it Alarcon? And I cannot get that kid's last name. Please help me out there. The cat from CFL. I don't know if we have any other interior guy on practice squad. I go look it up as you're talking though.
All right. Goodness. That just put a little shock in me. That made me nervous.
Yeah,
didn't even think about that. All right, Content Kings. Let's get into this last clip. Mike McCarthy was asked about the Bengals defensive line. This is what he had to say.
Is he working the right end left tackle or just left tackle? What is he?
I lied. Here you go.
Definitely, I'm very disciplined. I mean, you can see they all play to the similar technique. They do, really good job of collapsing the shoulder on the rush with their helmet placement. I'm just going through some of the things. There's a lot of, to me, that's coaching, it's experience, and really the thing that I've been most impressed with their front is their second and third reaction, and that's something we got to do a really good job of. So they do a good job of block destruction and getting off blocks, in second, third effort. In the pass rush. So, we always talk about winning above the 2.3. This will be a huge emphasis, and because they're pretty darn good at it.
All right. Bengals have a very disciplined defensive line, and I think their whole defense is just a product of we just coach well, because if you look at the names on that defense, they won't necessarily blow you away with like with names or with like notoriety, something like that. Random. Will Steele, would you trade a 5th round pick for Kadarius Toney? Maybe a 4th? Like
I'd trade a 5th round pick for Amari Cooper or Kadarius Toney. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I feel you, bro.
I don't even know why. I just wanted to press it.
You want to hit that? Yo, look. You wanting to hit that button is Kellen Moore not running the football. Like I gotta Tourette's my way through this passing game. You just had to press you had to press it.
Yes.
Anyway,
I got the names for you. Lindstrom and Shepley. I kept saying Dempy. It's Dakota Shepley. So Lindstrom, Shepley, and Alarcon are your interior options on the practice squad.
Basically, fuck them.
We in trouble, dog. We in trouble, dog. we need Jason Peters in shape today.
Yeah.
All right. So the Cincinnati Bengals defensive line, we're looking at their defense right now, right? And as you go down the list, you see some names and you go, okay, well, I'm familiar with those names, but I wouldn't call them like superstar noteworthy guys. And then you see some other names that you feel like, oh, well, I feel like them dudes is trash. We could take advantage of them. But when they all play together, they are a stingy group. They're a stingy group. They play hard. They run to the football and they play with really good technique. And that's going to be, the big problem here because we got to run out there with Cooper Rush. So the fact that we have Cooper Rush, and this something else too that pissed me off royally, Will Steele. In my mind, right? That's another sound drop I wanted. In my mind, I was like, all right, Cooper Rush the quarterback. We're probably gonna have to run the ball a little bit more, right? Wouldn't you say that's the traditional mindset that you would think? Isn't that the first thing that come to your mind, Will Steele, that Cooper Rush is the quarterback? We should be running the ball more.
Absolutely.
Plus the fact that we had success in the run game last week, we should probably just run some more. I went last year and I see Shaq, the Vikings fan, in here. I apologize, Shaq, but the last 2 years the Cowboys have beat the Vikings with Andy Dalton and Cooper Rush. Apologize. That's more of an indictment to y'all than the fact that Dalton or Cooper good or some shit. I looked up the numbers, Will, and I was like, I wonder what Cooper Rush did when he had to play, when he had to start. And I wonder how many carries Zeke had. We threw the ball 40 times with Cooper Rush last year, bro.
Mm-hmm. And we still ran, I think, 26 times. Still ran over 20 times.
Zeke got 16 carries. Toney had 7. Cooper Rush had 1 of them.
Yep. So, 23 times.
So in my mind, we walking into this thing thinking, oh, well, we're just going to take Cooper Rush out of the game, man. We're just going to hand him the football. He's going to game manager his way through this. I go down to the wide receiver numbers. 19 isn't here anymore. 19 is here, but he's kicking for us. But Cooper had eight catches for 122 yards and a touchdown. Lamb had 6 catches, 112 yards, no touchdowns. Cedric Wilson had 3 catches and 84 yards.
Yeah, he busted like a 75-yarder on him, man.
Yeah. His long was his average was 28. So I think his long was that one big play that they had. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny when I say this, Will, and I'm not being devil's advocate. But do we have Cooper Rush fucked up?
No, I don't think you have Cooper Rush. Did you watch? See, you're looking at the numbers. Did you watch the game again?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Well, would you come away from the film?
We need as much yak as we possibly can, but I don't think we're gonna have all of that.
You see my tweet?
What was your tweet?
I said I looked at the film on the Minnesota game. I looked at the Tampa game. I said, I'm again asking Kellen Moore, please help out your quarterback. Please help out your wide receivers. Please help out your tight ends and your running backs. If you think you just going to drop back Cooper and he just going to dice up somebody, you got him messed up.
Yeah. I feel like when I first saw these numbers last year when I was younger, I was 29 when this happened. I feel like last year when I saw this, I wasn't upset at Cooper Rush throwing 40 attempts. But today, as an old man, you're older, of course. But today, as an old man, I looked at he was 24 for 40. And I just immediately got sick of Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore did nothing, but I just immediately got sick of Kellen Moore. Like, bro, first of all, how do we get to 40 attempts? And if we only got 24 completions, why do we keep throwing the football? You know what I'm saying? Like at some point, I would imagine that the idea is to keep feeding Zeke, but Zeke got his 16.
I think we forget we had 13 points until the last 40 seconds of that game, which we needed a miracle circus catch from Amari Cooper. It should have been an interception, but it was a miracle circus catch. Watch that tape again. Tell me you ain't gonna miss Amari Cooper. Tell me you don't miss him.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we definitely gonna miss Amari Cooper. So in my mind, I think the game plan this year is we gotta go. I don't think there's any reason that we should go away from the run this season, because we just don't have those weapons at receiver anymore. You know what I mean? There's not a Cedric Wilson to get 80 yards. There's not a Cooper to get 122. Dalton Schultz only had 2 catches for 11 yards last year. That I don't think that's going to be the case this year. I think Dalton's probably going to get fed a bunch. Even though I think in that game, I think the Vikings took Dalton away. I think they actually planned to take Dalton away, which is probably why, you know, Cedric got his handful of catches or whatever. But what dudes on this wide receiver core, Will? And honestly, this can play into roster management, right? Or, you know, the actors and inactors, right? If Dennis Houston is active because Dak trusts him. If Dak ain't playing, does that change Dennis Houston's game day status?
I mean, that's what we're saying, right? Well, Dennis Houston, Dak trust, whatever, but the coaches obviously have to trust him too. Dak, listen. Dennis Houston ain't starting just because Dak likes him and Dak is endorsing him in the media. Like, the coaches have to trust him as well. I don't think they're just going to be like, oh, Dak's out, and Dennis Houston back on the bench. If you're only good for that, then you shouldn't be on this team at all, in my opinion.
He probably shouldn't be on this team at all, in my opinion. Honestly, he shouldn't be on the goddamn team, but he's here, you know? And also, too, if this is going to be a game to where we're leaning on Cooper Rush and we need as much yak as we can get, 2-piece special, lots of hot sauce, and all the fries you can give me. We need wide receiver talent now more than, I would say, quarterback compatibility. Would this be the week that you bring up Jalen Tolbert? Because if you're gonna get like like the better athlete, the better receiver, the better yak guy, in my mind, Jalen Tolbert should get the nod over Dennis Houston this week. Wouldn't you say so?
Jalen Tolbert should have got the nod last week. I really don't have answers for a lot of these questions is perplexing to me. But the coach came out and said he ain't ready. It didn't sound like he was ready this week.
Sick of this.
So do I expect him to be up there? Maybe he's playing games and he will be up there. But this man came out and said, yeah, special teams and hamstring injury from May or June.
Well, you know, when he was in high school, you know, he had a hangnail, 5 years ago. So we can't do nothing with him. Can't play him this year till he recovers from that. And I'm just up here like, bro, I'm just looking like you don't realize how deficient your wide receiver room is until you look at the wide receivers last year and you look at Noah Brown. Hey, Noah Brown had a catch for 7 yards last year. A catch for 7 yards. Tony had a catch for a yard on top of his seven carries. I don't know, man. You know, Voch is normally optimistic guy. I normally try to walk in and find bright sides out of everything. But I don't know if y'all notice this, because some people just think I'm just all positive all day, every day. If Dak ain't active, you won't get no positivity out of me. This shit looks it looks rough. It looks rough for me.
I think there was more hope last year when Cooper Rush came in, because you still had Amari Cooper out there, right? Cee Dee Lamb and Ced Wilson were your 3 go-to guys plus the other guys. That's just not going to be it out there on Sunday. So I'm with you. I don't think you can go out there and throw it 42 times. This is a good defense. It's a stingy defense, man. I don't know if you're going to break them down anymore, but this is not this defense. And Shaq, you can attest to this, is a much better defense than the Vikings were last year when the Cowboys faced them. And this offense is a much worse offense than the Cowboys when they faced the Vikings. So, you have to help Cooper Rush out in this game. We can't go into this game, and there are some people who believe Cooper Rush is better than Dak Prescott. You can't go into this game thinking Cooper Rush is a guy that's just going to carry your passing offense. Go watch that game last year. Go watch it. It was extremely erratic play. It wasn't like it was just this amazing passing display of a game. It wasn't. You had the individual skill sets of Lamb, Cooper, and Ced Wilson helping you there. By the way, Ced Wilson had a beautiful dime on a 35-yard pass to Cee Dee Lamb. Amari Cooper was a savant in that game on a bad hammy. On a bad hammy. Yeah. Who's your Amari Cooper this year? Dennis Houston? And that was about right before teams start doing the whole umbrella bracket thing. They didn't play that in Minnesota last year. There was a lot of space. There was a lot. Talk about this and I apologize for going so far, but I really watched this and studied that film. There was a lot of space and respect the Minnesota Vikings were giving Amari Cooper and those boys. We finna see if that's going to be the case on Sunday.
I think it gets bad, Will. I think we really about to go out there. I think we're about to go out there.
Run that ball 45 times, man. Keep it close. Defense is good enough to keep it close.
That I do agree. I do think that this defense will give you an opportunity, but I just don't think that this offense will give you an opportunity from that opportunity. And it hurts me. It hurts me.
This is what I mean. Whoever this dude is here, if Cooper Rush completes a pass over 10 yards, he's better than Dak. See this.
Guillotine 06 dropped a diamond super chat, says, Voch, every time you start a sentence off with "in my mind," I keep expecting you to break out the Temptation Silent Night. That's the point. When in my mind, that's my point. That's my point. And I'm getting that sound drop soon, so don't tell nobody that. So if we're going to attack this Bengals defense, if we got to pass the ball, I do think there's avenues to do so. Will Steele, Eli Apple over there. Eli Apple been getting picked on my whole life since I've been watching football. Eli Apple been getting his ass whooped. He still got a job. I think you can come after him. My problem is Cooper Rush quarterback. Jesse Bates is a really good free safety. They were actually trying to get his money situation figured out. Von Bell, who is another Ohio State guy like Eli Apple, I think you can kick his ass a little bit. I think you could take advantage of that dude. Problem is Cooper Rush at quarterback. Logan Wilson is a linebacker. I think you can take advantage of, in terms of like running back, passing. But like if Tony Pollard was a guy that can, go out into the field or the boundary side, whichever side, and the linebacker go with him. Logan Wilson goes with him. I think Tony's a guy that can take advantage of that. The problem is not only is Cooper Rush our quarterback, but Kellen Moore is our offense coordinator.
I was just about to say, you keep saying Cooper Rush is the quarterback. I'm going to be completely honest with you. It ain't even him.
It's both of them. I'm sick of both of them.
Well, yes, Cooper Rush is clearly a downgrade to Dak Prescott. There's no arguing that. But I've seen, coordinators overcome that for an extended period of time. I'm more worried about Kellen. Right? I'm more worried about Kellen. I feel like Cooper is confident in himself to try not to F up the game. Now, he's also not as talented. His arm is a noodle arm for the most part. So he may just end up throwing an interception or a bad pass just because he doesn't have that talent. But I think he'll try to play within himself. I don't trust Kellen to take advantage of an Eli Apple or the linebacker. I thought he played a good game, the Logan cat. I thought he was pretty good. But their linebackers are pretty quick too. But I don't see him like getting matchups to help out Cooper Rush. That's what needs to happen. Again, protect Cooper Rush doesn't just mean protect him physically, right? With the offensive line. Protect him in every area possible. Try to help you out here, man.
I've never spoke of Kellen Moore in this way before. I'm so sick of him.
Yeah.
I see what y'all mean. Hey, Cowboy Nation, I apologize. I see what y'all mean. Y'all been shitting on Look, even when Kellen Moore was good and I was like defending Kellen Moore, y'all was talking shit about Kellen Moore. Hey, man, look, bro. I take it all back. I take back all my respect. I'm sick of Kellen Moore, bro. Sick of him. And not that it's fair to say, all right, Kellen Moore, win us 5 games with Cooper Rush. I ain't saying that's fair. But the Geno Smith-led Seattle Seahawks went out and beat the Broncos, bro. Just turn this up and just
not even just went out and beat them. Like the game plan looked like it was a plan.
It looked like a plan. Yeah. All the guys got involved, like DK and what's his face. You know, they didn't have explosive numbers, but they were involved. Hey, Cheeto Awuzie is there. Somebody said, "Yo, Voch, you remember Cheeto was playing for us, and you know he couldn't, like he would cover good, but the ball placement would always catch him slipping." We're not going to attack that. I think we're gonna have success in the run game. Will still. I think we're gonna have a good first quarter of running the football.
That's a tough.
No, I think we're gonna have a fantastic first quarter of running the football, but we're gonna go away from.
I was about to say, I think I see where you're going with this.
We're gonna go away from. Well, I think we'll be fine. Because look, I think if anything, we're tough in the run game now. This offensive line, I would say, is tough in the run game.
This is true.
In terms of moving bodies, and this D line in particular, they're more, technique based than whoop ass based, right? I would say the D line last week was very much so whoop ass based. Me and you was talking about it in the Illuminati roundtable chat this morning that that could be a show, but we don't want to be doing that. But Golston, Vita Vea, and Hicks, that's a crew to be talking about some move around and run the football. You know what I mean? That's a crew. And I think we did a solid job moving those guys around, Will Steele. It wasn't perfect, but that's a strong group to talk about move around. Mike McCarthy even mentioned it with these guys. They're a disciplined, well coached, side of the football. Like helmet placement. Like they're that kind of D line, right? And what back when I was coaching, when I went to coaching class or whatever, there's no thing that's coaching class. But when I was in coaching class, what they'll teach you is, yeah, man, you're gonna run into these teams that'll do more reading than the physical stuff. How you attack that is to attack that, right? So Tyler Smith versus, I think is Trey Hendrickson is mostly going to be on the right tackle, correct?
The offensive left side.
Offensive left, cool. So facts. So Hendrickson is going to be on Tyler's side.
Hubbard's going to be on, well, at least from what I saw in the Steelers game, Hubbard's going to be on Steele's side. Hubbard's the other dude, yeah.
I fully expect Tyler to have a good game versus Hendrickson, right? Because I think if anybody gonna beat Tyler, it's gonna have to be a specimen. You know what I mean? We always talk about that, right? There's the technicians, there's motherfucking specimens. Trey Hendrickson, and look, I just did a film session on him. We call it Sack School now. It used to be Greatest Sack Technicians, and it's the most viewed Greatest Sack Technicians. Shouts out to Brumley and Klein. But Trey Hendrickson gets his production with his effort. You know what I mean? He's not a specimen, but he's effort guy. He's constantly moving, and he's technique guy.
I'm about to say technique, yeah.
And he's definitely technique guy. So I think as long as Tyler Smith doesn't die in the technique battle, I think you can move Trey Hendrickson off the football. I think you can do that. So in the run game, I feel good. Pass rush is a whole other conversation because Trey is a surgeon, but at least running the football, I have confidence that Tyler, Fournette, Biadasz played a really good game, so hopefully he can, build on top of his wins. Zach Martin and your cousin Terrence is I think he's a better run blocker than he is a pass blocker. I think that group of guys running the football, I think we can have success, Will, still.
I'd continue to run to the right side. Zach Martin, Terrence Steele, maybe you get Tyler Smith moving over there, but most of your success against Tampa came on that right side, and I just love how Steele fires out in the run game, man. And Zach is Zach still. He still is Zach. So I will continue to do that. But you got to run the ball. I don't care left or right.
We only going to run the ball 10 times, Will.
No.
And Cooper Rush going to throw that bitch 50. Cooper Rush finna go out that bitch and be 16 for 50.
Does anybody truly believe that we can go out and pass the ball 40, 45 times in this game and come away with the victory? Or will there be moral victories? Because there's a group of fans who I guarantee you are cheering and rooting their little hearts out harder for Cooper Rush than the guy that suited up last week. 100%. So do we believe it's best interest in this team to go out there and throw it 40 times with Cooper Rush, 40 plus times with Cooper Rush and get a victory? Or do we believe that we should probably not put the ball in his hands more than running the ball, and that is the best way to get this dub? Because I'm really curious where people stand with this situation.
And you want to know the big problem with this, Will, still?
The conference has been locked.
I think we got the tools to beat the Bengals. I think we got the dudes on offense in particular, especially defense. I think we got the dudes on offense to beat the Bengals. I just don't think it's gonna happen. But we'll see. We'll see. Melvin Goldman, who's honestly been harassing me for the past couple days. Not harassing me for real, but he one of them fans that like to be annoying and bother the shit out of me. Whatever, I'll allow it. Give me a hug, Melvin. Appreciate you for being here. The volume needs this. He says, Voch says Zach hasn't been Zach yesterday. Voch did say that. Zach's still a top 3 guard in the league. Zach, top 2 guard in the league. I just don't think Zach is a demigod anymore. I think that's my exact quote, right, Wilson? Like, that's my quote.
That's
Zach still,
Yes.
Zach is still Zach Martin. He's just not a demigod anymore. So he may not be undefeated, champion of the world anymore, but he'll still knock you out. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's that guy. So there you go, Mel. Relax, buddy. Have a Celsius. You'll feel better. All right. Let's get into the phones, man. Now, Will, we forgot to do this last week, but we forgot to get predictions. But thank God we forgot to get predictions, because I was ready to say the Cowboys going to beat the Bucs, but shit. Will, what do you think happens this game? What's your prediction for Cowboys versus Bengals?
I won't give a win-loss prediction because I saved that for my Sundays. You know how that, my pregame show. I got to save for Sunday. But I will give my I'm going to call it breakout player, whatever, standout guy. I think that guy is going to be DeMarcus Lawrence. I think D-Law is. You could listen to him today. It's like, yeah, man, Lyle was struggling over there. He was over there fighting for all my life. I had to fight, over there fighting with TJ Watt. And he said, yeah, bring Micah Parsons over there. I'm going to be over there all day. So I think he's licking his chops, and I think he's a little pissed off that he couldn't get the time last week because Tom got the ball out in a nanosecond. Whereas I'm going to have the opportunity against Joe. Joe is going to hold that rock. Joe's going to try to push it. He's going to play hero ball. So I got DeMarcus Lawrence. 2 sacks. 2 sacks. 2 sacks on Lyle.
I think this would be a big sack game just because what we said yesterday. I think that Joe Burrow is more prone to hold the football than Tom Brady is. And I think that's going to give you an opportunity to get sacks and even get turnovers. I think we're going to have a better turnover output this game, whether it be, it could be fumble, it could be interception, whatever. But I think Joe just being a little more dangerous. And y'all can listen to him on Colin Cowherd's network. But Joe tending to be a little more dangerous, I think that can work in our favor. Now, that same danger can put 40 points on the board quick. But that danger can also give us an opportunity. So we'll see what happens. But I'm going to give my prediction because I ain't got a game day live. Y'all be sure to watch A to Z Dallas for the pregame show, the halftime.
Yes, sir.
And the halftime and the postgame show over on A to Z Dallas on game day. I ain't got a time, but whenever the hell the game come on, about 5-10 minutes before, 10-20 minutes after, at halftime. That's when the show come on. But my prediction for the game, I think it'll be a close defensive type game because the Cowboys won't score, but I think the defense will play a very reputable game. I think the Bengals put up like 21 to maybe our 10 or something. 21-10.
That's fair. I mean, given the state of our offense at this point, the hope, right?
Yeah,
we hope. But no, seriously though, in all seriousness, I think the hope here is that that's a sound defense over there. That's a disciplined defense. You can catch them though, right? Like try to catch. Not every play, every defense is gonna be perfect. So you just gotta take advantage of when they are not. As long as the Bengals don't go super umbrella, drop 7, drop 8 on us, I feel good about maybe Cee Dee Lamb will get a one-on-one situation and Cooper will just be like, hey man, I'm going to CD. It is what it is, interception or not. And you just bust them upside the head and you get something deep. I'm only asking for maybe 3 big plays in this game. I mean, one could be a touchdown. One could be a big play to get you a field goal. But if you can give me 13 points in this game, offense, then you can rely on the special teams, rely on the defense, maybe getting a pick six or a fumble, a sack fumble or something. But it's going to take a total team effort more than ever, I think, in this game.
I think when you playing against a disciplined defense, it's going to be harder to dink and dunk versus them, especially since the Bengals tackle really well, right? So if we're going to have a big play, explosive play, I think the dudes that you have to get involved, Tony Pollard, Kevontae Turpin,
yes,
and fucking Semi Fehoko. You're not gonna beat him with technique, man. You got to beat him with the specimens, bro. You got to beat him with the 6'4", goddamn 4.3 40 catch. You got to beat him with the goddamn CFL Hall of Fame most valuable player. You know what I'm saying? You got to beat him with the specimens, bro.
But we've been saying this, Voch. Like this is what we were saying last week. Like when you're going up against this type of situation in a predicament you are. You just need one of your playmakers, and you ain't got many of them, but you need the Turpins of the world, the TPs of the world. And this is not a knock on Zeke, but Zeke's not busting a 65-yarder no more. Turpin can. Cee Dee supposed to, but that hasn't happened in a long time. Tony Pollard supposed to, right? Semi Fehoko got the speed too. See if you can get one off on him.
Marcus Harrison in the chat box says Voch actually picked Dallas to lose. God, I detest Kellen Moore at the volume. Hey, that's what I'm very consistent. I feel like if you got 4, I feel like you can beat anybody. You have the ability to beat anybody if you got 4. If you don't, then you need other elements to help you win, like coaching.
Which is wild to me because those elements you should be doing anyway when you had 4. Right, like people keep saying, "Well, we got to run the ball now. We got Cooper Rush." The hell you should have been doing that when you had number 4.
Let's get into the phones, man. Well, we having too much fun, man. Did you know that it was 4:14, sir?
No, when you said phones about 6 minutes ago, I was like, "Shh, it's at 4:08 already." Goddamn.
Yeah, we've been talking about this for a minute, but this is what we do, man. We content kings, bro. And this is Volumes Friday or whatever, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. I thought about something else too. Will still when draft comes around, I'm probably gonna bring back the Friday show. You know what I'm saying? I mean I ain't gotta take away your off day necessarily, but you know, draft season, I really want to put my foot on the volume neck one time. You know what I'm saying? So this
is how bad down bad you are. It's September 15th, and you talking about in draft season.
I know what the day is. I know what the day is. You know how the draft day music for me, the draft show music. You gotta have that for me, bro. We got 3 callers, man. We're gonna get to y'all quick. It is 4:15. I apologize, but y'all know the rules. We're gonna get you in. We're gonna show you some love, give you a hug, ask you how your day was, and get you a point in. If you have a very, very quick second point, get it in expeditiously, but 1 point and an expeditious second. All right, let's do that. We're gonna start with Rob up next. Steve on deck, 859 in the hole. Let's boogie. What up, Rob? Hello? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Hello? This motherfucker at NASA. Will still hit that Metal Gear Solid, please, sir.
I got a better one for you here.
What?
Goddamn Rob, boy, Rob was blasting off. What?
So he was blasting.
Rob was goddamn doing his calculations. He was about to go to the moon with Elon Musk, boy.
Rob, sir.
Houston, we have a problem.
Gosh, that's how. Boy, Rob was on the back of somebody's truck in a high-speed chase, man. Goddamn, Rob. Call us back tomorrow, Rob. Or, shit.
Hey, can you hear me?
Damn, Steve, let me introduce you, sir. What are you doing, player?
Hello?
Hello, Steve?
There seems to be something wrong with the phones today.
Steve? Oh, shit, I got everybody muted. Oh, shit.
I cannot hear
My
you
bad,
guys.
my bad, Steve. Hello,
Damn,
Steve?
I'm about to Metal Gear Solid you, dog.
All right, go ahead, Will. Still do it. Go ahead, do it. Will, hit me with the Metal Gear Solid. Do it. Hold on, Steve.
Yep.
This the problem, Will. Still, this the problem, right? When I cut the phones on,
You hear me now?
Steve, just give me two. Hold on, let me mute Steve. Don't go nowhere, Steve. Will, this the problem, right? People have our number. They have the number to the show. So what happens is when we go in the pre-show, the soft lunch, or just backstage, me and you be saying a lot of shit that'll get us canceled.
Yeah.
Right? But I do have the phone on. So what I do is I'll just go to the phone and I'll just mute the phone while me and you saying that'll get us canceled, right? So, but look, even if Rob was hanging outside of a goddamn rocket ship, he couldn't hear us no way. So it don't matter. Rob ain't even finna call back. It's all good. You sound like Woody from Toy Story when they was on the back of the moving truck.
And he was just
yeah, it was just like,
yeah.
All right, let's get Steve in here, man. My bad, Steve. We can hear you, buddy. How you doing today?
All right. I'm great. I'm great.
My man.
I wanted to point out something, throw a little bit more dirt on Kellen, I guess.
Please.
Devin White from Tampa was saying that the offensive looks were exactly the same as last year and that they knew what Kellen was going to do by the formations. What the hell's up with that?
Ask the Kellen disciples if that's okay.
Yeah. All right. So, interesting thing. Did you guys know Ferguson is the grandson of the Hall of Fame Wisconsin coach Barry Alvarez?
Yes, indeed.
I don't know Barry Alvarez, but go ahead.
I do.
Long-time coach for them. Anyway.
Okay.
I want to end on something positive.
Okay.
Whenever you hear Stephen Jones talk, always think Forrest Gump and then remember him saying, "Bye, guys." But whenever I used to see Biotish the last couple of years, he was very sheepish when he's pointing out the line calls.
Yeah.
And I liked seeing him this last game against Tampa. He was pointing out those line calls with authority.
Sure.
So that's a good thing I picked out of that game. I'm sure you, being an O-line person, saw the same thing.
Yep. 100%. He was much more vocal. And to be fair, in the preseason, we saw a lot of times or just a few times that Cooper Rush had gotten sacked because he didn't change the blocking schemes up front or whatever. And that's something that, Dak would normally do, even if the center doesn't have a chance to do it. So that's going to be all on Tyler. So it's badass. So it's actually good that he's a lot more confident in his role now as the nucleus of the offensive line.
Yeah, and just a real quick thing, Broadus was saying that Tyler Smith would have been going to Alabama this next year, and in the next draft, he would have been probably a top 5 to top 10 pick. So that could bode well for the future. I mean, I know we all see the bright prospects of him, but just another confirmation.
Sure.
But you guys are doing great. Have a great day. Listen to both your shows every day.
Appreciate you, brother. Salute. Will, Steele, you a fan of Forrest Gump?
Yeah, of course.
Forrest Gump is in my top 2 movies, right along with Pulp Fiction.
Damn.
What's one of the best lines from? Well, it's so many.
It ain't that. I ain't that kind of fan where I'm like, yeah, man, I got best lines in Forrest Gump. No, I ain't like you. He ain't in my top 5. Nothing like that.
You want to know the best line for Forrest Gump? Forrest Gump was right below the average line to go to this school, and Forrest's mom was talking to the principal. The principal was like, "There's no way your son get in this school. He's a little special." And Forrest Gump's mom was like, "I want my son to have every opportunity to get into school just like these other kids." And the principal looked at Forrest Gump's mom and said, "Well, Mrs. Gump, is there a Mr. Gump?" So of course, for the principal and his mama went back to the house and they did grown folks things. But when Forrest was sitting on the swing outside, the principal walked out the house, and he walked up to Forrest and said, "Your mama sure does care about your schooling, son." And then he walked away. Son, that's the best line of goddamn Forrest Gump, bro. We got to do a movie podcast with Okoye. Will still can come along if he wants to. I know he don't. He works so hard, and he only got one off day on Saturday, in which he chooses to do his own thing on Saturday. But one day we got to have a non-football podcast where we just talk about movies, man.
Barely even that damn day, man. We working.
God. Your mama sure does care about your schooling, son. All right, let's I gotta get that sound clip now. 859. You're the last one of the day. What's up, player? Who this?
What's good? What's good with you, Voch? What's good, Steele? This is Drake from Maryland.
What's up, Dre? What you got for the show?
Oh man, look, so I'm a true Cowboys fan, right? And you know, I'm one of them ignorant Cowboys fans where I believe we go undefeated until we take a loss. So, you know, we took one loss.
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna win the rest of these games. So basically what we gotta do in this game, the defense really just gotta show up. Like never before, you know what I mean? Micah, you know Micah's hungry. You know D-Law is hungry.
Yep.
And our offensive line is becoming a lot better. I kind of wish Jason Peters would come in so we could move Smith to the guard and have Peters right there, because then I feel like we really moving anybody, because I feel like we got a solid defense and we got a solid run game. If you know, Kellen Moore stops being stupid and sticks with the run game throughout the game. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I feel like at that point, if we got a solid run game, we got a solid defense, we can manage the clock, we can manage the game, we can shut people down. I feel like, you know what I mean, it's gonna be really hard to beat us.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's just what I'm thinking. You know, I've been wrong before, I'll be wrong again, but you know what I mean.
Hey man, let me tell you something. I am that kind of optimist Cowboy fan too, bro. We are going undefeated till somebody beat us, but 4 is hurt. So, you know, I'm with you. I'm with you on that, man. So, but I will say this: if we see some true improvement out of Kellen Moore next week, like let's just say that, well, we were just kind of flat week 1. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are a familiar opponent. We've been playing them a lot. Of course, they had to drop on us, and if we go into these next few games and and Kellen Moore really shows that we're going to dedicate ourselves to the run game, maybe I'll feel better about this. But with what the play calling was last Sunday, if we're gonna run in here with that with that same shit, it's gonna be draft day in no time.
Yeah, we can't do that. We can't do that. I mean, he's trying to do reverse calls. The second, third play of the game makes no sense.
It's a mess.
That was beyond me. But before being down, see, that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking back, and 4, he was never really drafted to be your starting quarterback.
Yeah.
He wasn't. He had that great year, his rookie year where he went 13-3. Yeah. And if I'm gonna be 100% honest, he probably should have been replaced with Tony Romo to go into the playoffs, because Romo, he got on the field 3 plays. We was more dynamic with Romo. But, you know, Dak had his year, and, you know, I ain't gonna say it was a race thing, why he really ain't get out of the game, because, you know, but hey, that's what it felt like. But I really think he needs to go. He had 7 years and won 1 playoff game. He ain't really done nothing. You
talking about Rand Dakota Prescott?
I'm talking about Rand Dakota Prescott. And I was a big fan of him, you know what I mean? Mississippi State, one of my best friends who coached, one of my best friend's uncles coached at Mississippi State the time that Dak was there, so I was watching his game. He was doing his thing, but I hear from people that he was never really serious about the game all the way. You know what I mean? Like
okay, dude.
Who the fuck said that? Oh, come on.
You're just saying anything now, man. I mean, I'm cool with you want to get rid of him, but now you're just saying shit.
I'm just telling you what I'm saying, what I hear.
What you hear? Who are? No offense, but who are you? What are you hearing and from who?
Yeah, you know what I mean. Look, sometimes you know you just hear stuff from people who was on a team, and it's just, I'm just saying.
But
the one guy is known to be one of the hardest workers in the entire National Football League, said by coaches, players, analysts, anybody. But Joe Schmo from the DMV says that he ain't serious about the game. All right, bro.
And he ain't got no proof.
But Dre, Dak ain't even the same player that he was at Mississippi State. So wouldn't you attribute work ethic to that, to becoming more of a passer as opposed to a running type spread option quarterback, sir? Wouldn't you say that takes hard work?
He has grown, and yes, I give him that. He's definitely grown, but he's how many quarterbacks would you take over Dak, if I'm gonna be honest? And I'm counting at least 15.
In the National Football League, how many?
In the National Football League.
Well, it's funny that you would say that, sir, because you said Dak only got 1 playoff win, So you're gonna have to name me 15 quarterbacks that
with more than one playoff win.
Fucking qualify on your list, sir. So why don't you name those 15? Why don't you just name them 15 right there, please? Please name them.
I mean, look,
No. Name them.
I feel like,
you don't feel nothing. Name them. Name them,
Okay.
sir. I beg of you. Name them.
I can't give you 15.
Of course
got
you
more
can.
than one playoff
Of
win.
course
I can't. But I mean, with 7 years, come on, 7 years, bro. He's been. Come on, man.
Listen,
Name
brother. I feel you on the frustrations of 7 years. I feel you on that. I'm even okay with people that are ready to move on. Whatever. This is just Tony all over again. People ready to go. People weren't. It is what it is. But my gripe is when you said that he don't take the game seriously. That now we just that's cap, bro. That's cap.
I feel okay. I mean, you know, he's in the league, so you know he's doing his thing. But at this, I don't know.
I don't know neither. I don't know neither, Dre. Huh?
I don't know.
So how about this, Dre? How about this?
Tom Brady,
So Dre,
killer mentality.
that Tom Brady, the best quarterback of all time, but that's a hell of a metric. How about this, Dre? I want you to name 15 quarterbacks. No, goddammit, we're doing it. How about you name 15 quarterbacks with that killer instinct? I'm only going by your metric. I'm not adding nothing from my personal opinion. We going from your metric, sir. I want to know what 15 quarterbacks got the killer instinct that you looking for. Let us know. Run them down.
We can go with I can give you 3. I can give you Pat Mahomes.
Then Dak's so Dak's the 4th best quarterback in the league? Because Pat Mahomes is
no way. I would take Lamar over Dak.
Lamar ain't got a playoff win.
Lamar ain't Lamar's like top 10.
Does Lamar got a playoff win? Huh?
And you've been in the league
How many?
less than Dak.
How many he got?
He got 1.
Oh, shit. Okay, who else?
For a short amount of time than that.
Couple years. Okay, please give me. Okay, so give me the other 13. We ain't doing nothing. We was about to wrap up the show. We ain't doing nothing else. Give me 13 more. Pat Mahomes, fucking best quarterback in the league. Lamar Jackson, former MVP. Please give me 13 more with that killer instinct that you're talking about. Please. Run them down.
I would take Joe Burrow over Dak.
Joe Burrow got killer instinct. All right, cool. Super Bowl appearance. Fine. Give me. Cool. Go ahead.
Okay, who's another one that I would take?
Shit, this your list. Don't ask me.
I would take Josh Allen.
Sure, he's in the running for the best quarterback in the league. Also, that's what 4. That's 4. Give me 11 more. Let's run it. Give them to me.
Okay.
Run them down.
Oh man, I feel bad now.
Hold on.
Because you know what, Will Steele? Because in the comments a couple days ago, they said Voch shouldn't be making fun of the callers. It's cool to disagree, but Voch be making fun of the callers. See, Voch, Voch is corny when you pick on the callers. Nah, I just need some answers.
And we're not picking on, bro. But this is the conversation. We all passionate about our opinions. So, and I'm the same way. Like, okay, you believe that. So now tell me why you believe it and give me your answers on it. And that's all Voch is asking right now.
If you can give me criteria and give me 15 guys, we can talk. We can talk. I'll be like, you know what? Because you know what? Shouts out to the late great Black Phillip. He's taught me this word. Will Steele, you've heard me say this a lot. Fair enough. I say fair enough a lot. That's fair. Fair enough. I believe in fair.
It's sneaking in my vocabulary because of you.
I just believe in fair. So if you can give me some criteria of why Dak is not top 15, so 16th, so bottom of the league.
Here's another one. I give you Matt Stafford.
Matt Stafford.
I'm so glad he brought that name. I'm so glad he brought that name up. My man, before last year, Matt Stafford was a perpetual loser in Detroit. He had the worst record against winning teams in this millennium. Hold on. In this millennium, with teams that were playoff teams, with top 5 defenses, with an all-time wide receiver, Hall of Famer first ballot, with a good coach too, by the way, who coached up Peyton Manning and took him to the Super Bowl and won one as an offensive coordinator. In 1 year, went to an organization that was stacked with talent, stacked with coaching, had a good general manager, and won a Super Bowl.
Will Steele, you the best. Also, if you're going to use the years in the league excuse when talking about Lamar Jackson to Dak Prescott, how long has Matthew Stafford been in the goddamn league to just win 3 playoff games?
He was on Detroit.
Doing what? Doing what?
And let me ask. He was on Detroit. He was on Detroit. Oh, he was on Detroit. What is the difference between the Detroit Lions in the last 27 years and the Cowboys? There ain't one. You know why? Because the Detroit Lions, the Washington football people, and the Dallas Cowboys are the only 3 NFC teams to never make it to an NFC championship game in the last 27 years. Both of them have front office failures, front office issues for the last 2 decades. That is fact. You seem to be about results, right? Your bottom line. You don't care about context. Bottom line is the Cowboys organization has not done enough to get over that hump from a personnel front office standpoint. Neither has Detroit and neither has Washington. The only 3 teams in the NFC to never make it to the NFC championship game. Forget context, right? About results.
Plus, he threw 2 picks in the goddamn Super Bowl and was led by his defense. But even if that's the case, give me 10 more, because you're struggling right now. Give me 10 more. We ain't doing nothing else. We're not ending this show until you give me 10 more. I ain't doing nothing else. Go ahead, sir.
All right, let's go with Herbert, Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert ain't got a playoff game.
Right now. I take him over.
Justin Herbert ain't got a playoff game.
Justin Herbert ain't even go to the playoffs yet. I mean, Justin Herbert is an alien, but you again, you can't use playoff and then talk about a guy who hasn't even went yet.
And you can't say Justin Herbert got a killer instinct when he loses games in the fourth quarter, son. You need to give me more than this. You need to give me more than this, sir. It's Voch Lombardi live, baby. Come on. Give me 9 more. Give me 9 more.
Okay. All right, look, I don't really got 9 more. I don't got 9
You
more.
goddamn right you ain't got 9 more. You want to know why? You want to know why? Because Dak Prescott ain't bottom of the league, baby. Dak Prescott not bottom 15 like you say he is. Dak ain't who you think he is. Dak is who you think Cooper Rush is. But they're not the same. They're not the same, my guy. You can have a bad game, bro. Of course he is. Of course he is. You ain't got to tell him he better than all. He better than some of the motherfuckers you name. Listen, Dak had a bad game, and you could even agree that this front office has put Dak into a team deficiency, right? There is a talent deficit. You can't agree. So you can't take the worst game that he's possibly played in his life with the worst offense that we've given him. You can't put them 2 and 2 together and not give some grace because of that. Then all of a sudden he's bottom 15. Yo, Dre, I appreciate you for tuning in.
Take him over Kyler?
Who?
Dak over Kyler.
Kyler who?
Murray.
Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray. He got killer instinct now. He got playoff wins now. Oh shit.
Brother.
I want the dude that ain't got to have the addendum that says you got to study 4 hours for an opponent on game week. I want the dude that does his own work. You shitting me? Kyler Murray. Oh, shit.
Pure talent.
I'm not hitting that button no more.
Pure talent.
I'm not hitting that button no more, sir. Oh, man. Dre, this was a good call, man. This was a good call. Look, Dre, we not fighting. I appreciate you for tuning in, but we just use this as a learning lesson, man. We use this as a learning lesson, bro. That's all I'm saying. Let me ask you this.
Right, man. Big respect.
Let me
Dre,
ask you this.
You're a good sport, Dre. I seriously, man, I have a lot of respect for you for what you just did. A lot of respect.
Yeah, because we just beat you down for 7 minutes and you ain't hang up. A lot of people hang up right there, Dre. So I give you credit for that, bro. Bang up job by you. Let me ask you something. Dre, would you rather take Derek Carr over Dak Prescott?
Derek Carr?
Yeah.
Over Dak Prescott? Probably not.
Oh, man, you were supposed to say yes so I get the button again. Huh?
But Dak is scared to run. Like, he don't even get out of the pocket. He be scared to run.
He just had
I know he got hurt one time, but
he just had a first down run last week when he was healthy.
yeah, one. That was the first time I seen him.
Nah, Dak, Voch is fishing. Dre, you better just go on get.
Dre, what about yo, Dre, what about a guy like Mac Jones? You like Mac Jones?
Jones, not really.
He's
Mac Jones.
He's playoff quarterback.
He's okay, but he's like another Matt Ryan to me.
Tua Tagovailoa. Tua Tagovailoa?
Tua?
I'm just naming guys right now.
Tua got a lot of potential. So
is he better than Dak?
Ask me that after the season. After this season, because Tua played what, 6 games?
Mm-hmm. Kirk Cousins?
Hell.
Oh well, you ain't okay. So cool. You ain't got 15 guys for real. Okay, cool. All right, cool. All right, that's fine. All right, then Deshaun Watson.
Not a number, but yeah, I respect y'all.
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I take Deshaun
Watson. Are you kidding me? Deshaun Watson, the motherfucker that got a horror. You kidding me? The massage parlor guy. Him and Robert Kraft in the same massage parlor? You shitting me? I'm playing. Yo, Dre, I'm bullshitting. Dre, I'm
Look at that. What he can do on the field.
But okay, Dre, my bad, Dre. But he's not even gonna be playing away. But it's cool, Dre. All right, I'm gonna get you about the phone, man. I'm gonna get you. Yes,
sir.
It was a fun call.
All right, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Respect.
I just put you down platinum, Dre. Next time you call in, we'll know it's you, man. Salute.
Oh, that was fun.
Shit. That's goddamn hilarious, man. Great show, man. Content Kings, brother. Let's hop in the chat for like 5 minutes, man. Will, you good? You good
I'm great, man. I'm great. This is the Volume Friday, so I'm straight.
Well, I love the NWO drop. That shit cold. Kyler Murray? Are you shitting me? That was fun, bro. I love that.
It was. That was fun, man.
Chat, if y'all want to talk to us, I ain't doing the intro today. All right, chat, what y'all want? Shit. I'm tired. What y'all want, chat?
Whole time at the end when he start, sounding a little sad, I just kept thinking,
let's be nice. Yeah. Let's be nice. We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. I mean, good Lord.
I'm starting to feel bad a little bit, but he's a good sport, man. He hung in there. He made his points. He stood on it, and I respect that.
Shouts out to Dre, man, but he gonna be sitting in the car like, I'm never calling again. It was a mistake. I should have brought my facts before I came to Voch Lombardi live talking shit, which is true. Oh, God damn, what a show, man. Yo, chat, you are not allowed to miss shows, man. Look, I understand that the Cowboys may not be winning right now, and you don't want to be listening to some shows, and the viewership may be a little down for some guys in Cowboy Nation, but bro, you can't miss Voch Lombardi live, man. You're not allowed to miss Voch Lombardi live. We go crazy over here. We have fun over here. So whether Cowboys can go 0-17, it's something worth talking about over here. Get your ass off my goddamn microphone. All right, here we go. Where my button at? All right, cool. I had Marcus. I lost him in the chat. All right, let's see. Okay, so this is Prayers Up, Marcus. So we got the right music playing. All right, cool. Well, hear ye.
Make sure they don't see them.
Marcus. Yeah, they don't see the branding. They don't see on the cut. You know what I'm saying? Marcus Hardison says, at the volume, that's me and Will Steele, by the way. At the volume, simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. What's understood doesn't need to be explained. Last caller was more confused than a chameleon in a bowl of Skittles. Prayers up, salute. Good call.
He killed that man with that one.
More confused than a chameleon in a bowl of Skittles is crazy.
Chris said Will was crying of laughter, you could tell. Dog, it do not take much. I'm a nut, man. I'm a goofball. But yes, I definitely had some little tears in my eyes with Voch on that call. Hilarious.
Hey man, it's just that what you get here at Voch Lombardi Live, man. We should probably cut that up and put it on socials or something. You know what I mean? That'll be a fun one. Let's see. I'm actually gonna go to the YouTube studio because I know I missed a bunch of supers, and I wouldn't dare leave y'all hanging. So I'm gonna go find those right now. Freestyle. Not now. All right, cool. We got the Voch Lombardi side pulled up. We got the volume side pulled up. Let's see what y'all been talking about. Today is what's today? The 15th? Here we go. On the Voch Lombardi side, let's see what y'all had to say today. JJ the Mime says Dak is going to pull a staff and win the Super Bowl somewhere. Appreciate you. We read that one. Day dropped a 5 in the super chat and says nothing. He just wanted to show some love. Appreciate you, Day. Adrian Lindsay dropped a deuce in the super chat. Says Michael Thomas trade. I don't think that's news. I just think you're inquiring on that. I think you would have to get a lot to get Michael Thomas. Will Steele. I was in the car on the way back from the park yesterday, and I thought about this. How much would it take to get a guy like DJ Moore?
A lot. They just gave him the stupid bag.
Okay, so he has gotten paid. Okay,
yeah.
Okay, cool. Never mind. I love DJ Moore, and I just think he's vastly underrated. And I was thinking that maybe they underrated him a little bit too. We can get him for a third or something. But
you had your DJ Moore.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you kind of still got that. You still have a version of him for sure. Guillotine. We read it. Derek Smalls, the caller related to Dontrell. Shouts out to you. Shaq Edwards says moment of silence for Dre's quarterback list. Actually, moment of silence. We'll still hit your drop.
Which one?
Take it. For your quarterback list. King Element says, Sky, get the table.
Yeah, I'm getting it. Trust me, I got it written down. That's next. Because that was a perfect time to do that.
Perfect time. E. Levon says, the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be Voch and Sky tag team champions. Appreciate you, brother. We work at this. Go ahead, Scott.
Somebody in the chat said that might ever sound like 1 + 1 = 3. Talking about Jerry Jones.
Indeed. Also, too, I was going to shout out my guy, Special K. I was gonna give him a shout out because he made a fantastic point on the Forrest Gump joint, but Dre just got me so upset. But the best part about the Yo Mama sure does care about your schooling, son, was after he came from downstairs with Forrest's mama, he pulled out a handkerchief and wiped his sweat. He said, Everyone said, your mama sure does care about your schooling, son. Fantastic eye from you, Special K. 100%. That's one of the best parts of the scene, bro. Goddamn. Shouts out to Nays way in the chat. She got the curly hair. She's just over there chilling. What you doing in the chat, man? What's going on, man?
Guillotine dropped $2 and said, Hogan! Look, this is how you know. This is how you know you a wrestling fan. You don't got to say nothing else.
Nothing else. We know exactly what Hogan.
Hogan,
we coming for the gold, sucker. Hogan, we coming for you, fellow. Fella. We're coming for you, sir.
Yeah, let me write that down. I'm about to just get just that part of Booker T saying, Hogan.
Oh shit! Hilarious. God damn, dog.
Oh shoot! Do it too
we have too much fun today, dog. We have too much fun today. We gotta go. It's 4:45, man.
Yeah, we tripping.
We promised to clock out at 5, bro. Chat, what a day, man. It ain't looking great on the Cowboys front, but at least you can count on Will Steele and the Lombardi to just drop you a little bit of fire, man. So give yourself a hand, give yourself a little flame in the chat. I'm gonna give y'all a work call, man. We've done well all week. Me, Will, and you guys. Appreciate you. Chat engagement, phone engagement is one of the best parts of the show. It's one of the things that make this thing tick. If we simply just got up here and talk, it'll be one thing. But the fact that we get up here, we have fun, we tell jokes. Me and Will both got soundboards ready to, and we compete with each other with the soundboards. You know what I mean? And y'all call in. We love it, man. And we love when we can play around with y'all on the phone and y'all get it. You don't take it too, you know what I mean? You don't take it too personal. You know what I mean? You go with the punches because you understand that there's no malice here. It's for the greater good of the show. Because honestly, Will Steele, we keeping it a buck. It's the people in Cowboy Nation I don't like. And if I don't like you, I ain't gonna say nothing to you. I'm not gonna joke with you. I'm gonna keep it very professional because I'm at work, and I'm gonna move on. If we friends, we can tell jokes. You see what I'm saying? So the fact that we can get you on the phone, I can say, hey, bro, it sounds like you at NASA right now. You know what I mean? The fact that me and Drake can have that back and forth. The fact I can look at Will Steele and call him an old man. Like that's because I have a rapport with these people, right? And me and Will shouldn't be, explaining this or whatever, right? But, everybody's different. And my mom always says you can't assume that everybody's going to understand something that you understand. Cat said it way more harsh than I did. But everybody's not going to be on the same page. So I just want to say this: if we having jokes with you on the phone, it's because we love you. It's because we love you. Joe Sandberg tunes into everything that I do. He's in all my chats. He calls in. He's in my Twitch chat. He's on my Twitter, DMing me shit on Twitter. So when Joe calls in and it sounds like a goddamn robbery happening in his backyard, you know what I'm saying? And Joe kind of got that verbiage where he kind of talking and pause for a little bit so you can really hear what's going on back there. When I go, what's going on back there, Joe? I ain't shitting on Joe. I just love Joe. And Joe's my guy. And if I ain't love Joe, I wouldn't say shit to Joe. Some people call my show and I don't say shit to them. When they call in, I'm like, oh, what you saw at practice today? All right, appreciate you. Talk to you later. You know what I mean? Straight up and down. So if I'm telling the joke with y'all, that means we fuck with y'all. We can't have this show without y'all. You see what I'm saying? So, don't feel away if we having fun on the phone, because at the end of the day, we just shitted on Dre for 8 minutes. But that's a classic moment in this show. And when Dre called back, I'm like, what's up, Dre? How you doing, brother? Give me a big hug. Give me a big virtual hug. That's how this shit goes. So if you're in your feelings, you can feel free to watch Skip and Shannon. They won't even answer the phone for you. They won't even respond to you. They don't care about your question. They won't respond to you on Twitter or nothing. You understand? But if you rock with us, don't take it personal. We're doing it because we love you. All right. Let's see. Somebody said something that I thought was incredibly important before we left. Sushi817 says, them true classic shirts are fire for me and Will. Hey, man, come on, bro. What you mean? Hey, if y'all would like some shirts that fit you fantastic like this, that's tight in the chest and the shoulders and the arms to show off that gym bod, but it's loose down bottom to hide the dad bod part. If you want some top tier shirt wear like this, you can go to trueclassic.com and use promo code VOCH, VOCH, for 25% off. That's a quarter of your goddamn purchase. 25% off promo code VOCH, and if you spend more than $100, you get free shipping. You can't beat that with a stick. That's just free for them. You know what I mean? Like, they holding us down for real, but use promo code VOCH because I love True Classic. With that being said, y'all follow all the Volume social media platforms. Y'all hold them down because they hold us down. Be sure you give them a like on Twitter and Instagram, the Volume Sports. I am Voch Lombardi, VOCHLOMBARDI, on all my social media platforms. If you want to get back into the flow of watching film with Voch, that's patreon.com/Voch Lombardi and twitch.tv/Voch Lombardi. Now, Will, when I go to you, would you rather me just run down the stuff you want me to run down, or you want to run it down yourself, sir?
I run it down myself, but I did want to drop this before I left because I did find it.
Go ahead.
Get the damn tables, baby. You can find me.
Let's go.
You can find me on Twitter at Skywalker Steele, and every morning behind here, as you see, A to Z Sports Dallas on YouTube. We talking Cowboys, man. 8:30 a.m.
All right, there we go. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Love y'all to pieces. The next time I'll be live, it'll be Sunday. We'll be watching the Bengals game at 3. Y'all be sure to tune in to Will before. Watch me while the game is on. Tune in to Will after. Y'all hold down for the Doski Woski Peace. I don't know why I'm reaching for the button like I'm about to hit something. Y'all hold down for the Doski Woski Peace. Whiskey. Till next time. Appreciate you.
Beats Planet.